How does a 3-pound organ control your entire body? How does it allow you to think, move, feel, remember, and dream? Inside your skull exists the most complex biological network ever discovered. The human brain is constantly active, constantly communicating, and constantly calculating. In this episode, we will explore how the human brain actually works. The human brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons. Each neuron connects to thousands of others, forming trillions of connections. Every thought you have begins as electrical activity traveling between neurons. A neuron has three main parts: dendrites, which receive incoming signals, the cell body, which processes that information, and the axon, which transmits signals forward. When a signal enters through the dendrites, it travels as an electrical impulse along the axon toward the next neuron. But neurons do not physically touch. They communicate across tiny gaps called synapses. At the synapse, the electrical signal transforms into a chemical message. Chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters are released into the gap. These molecules travel across and attach to receptors on the next neuron, continuing the signal. Different neurotransmitters influence different functions. Dopamine regulates motivation and reward. Serotonin stabilizes mood. Acetylcholine supports learning and memory. Through this electrochemical process, the brain controls both thought and emotion. The brain constantly receives signals from the body. For example, when you touch something hot, sensory neurons send an immediate signal to the brain. Within milliseconds, the brain processes the danger and sends a motor command back to your muscles. You pull your hand away before you consciously realize what happened. This rapid communication protects you from harm. Different regions of the brain specialize in different tasks. The frontal lobe handles decision-making and reasoning. The parietal lobe processes touch and spatial awareness. The temporal lobe manages hearing and memory. The occipital lobe controls vision. When you read a sentence, multiple regions activate simultaneously, processing sight, language, and meaning in perfect coordination. Even during sleep, the brain remains active. It organizes memories, regulates hormones, controls breathing, and maintains heart rhythm. Sleep is not a shutdown. It is an essential maintenance process for brain health. One of the brain's most remarkable abilities is neuroplasticity. When neurons repeatedly activate together, their connections strengthen. This is how we learn new skills, form habits, and adapt to changes, through chemical neurotransmitters. Through coordinated regions working together, it is a living electrical universe inside your head. In the next episode, we will explore the different lobes of the brain and their specific functions. Subscribe to Core of Science and continue discovering the science inside.